Hello, everybody. You are on Code on Puffic channel. Today we are going to observe some history of alarm clock and learn how to create own wake-up machine using Python. Going to be interesting, right? What is the difference between the alarm clocks of the last and this century, and what do they all have in common? What do they look like inside and how are they composed? Why do people still use an alarm clock in the age of the smartphone? And what about this damn punctuality? Before we start, please, give a like to this episode so more people can see it. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episodes. Let's go. In order to better understand what an alarm clock or the clock itself is, it is necessary to look closely at certain events of the past and time itself. Time describes the sequence of events and thus has a clear, irreversible direction. It affects our daily life, our perception of it and everything what surrounds us. Now we distinguish past, future and present. This is one of the classifications of time. Time, as we understand it, is a human concept and there are hundreds of philosophical approaches to understanding this. Alarm clock. This man-made system requires punctuality and therefore it was necessary to build a machine that would produce a sound at a preset time to waken up and remember. Machines that act against the natural human rhythm in order to follow the system. May it be work, school or the Tantra workshop, everything begins and ends at a certain time. The alarm clock was invented. A product, almost every person has a very contradictory relationship to. You despise it while you be lost without it. Many late risers claim that the alarm clock is the devil's creation or simply an invention of the capitalists. Alarm clock evolution. The Greek philosopher Platon already converted a water clock into a wake-up machine in the 4th century BC. Leonardo da Vinci developed the water wake-up machine in 1420. The first alarm clock was invented in 1787 by Levi Hutchins in the USA. But it could only ring at 4 o'clock in the morning. The first alarm clock with mechanical movement and adjustable time was patented in 1847 by the French inventor Antoine Retier. Brief history of alarm clocks. The first stage is the early history of development. The picture shows a Gothic iron clock with an alarm clock from 1580. In this period, such clocks were objects of luxury. At this time, people woke up when the light came or when the rooster crowed. The next stage of development is the Renaissance and Baroque period. The picture shows an officer's watch, Vienna, 1820. With the invention of the balance wheel and the spring as energy storage, the watches became mobile, even those with an alarm function. They were popular as luxury accessories for rich citizens and aristocrats. However, they were not yet usable on the journey, but only in the night quarters or at the point of arrival. And the final stage until today is the time of industrialization. Pictured is a clock by the Ansonia Clock Company, New York, circa 1880. In the second half of the 19th century, workers and employees had to come to work on time. This was the main reason for the development of the watch industry. Alarm clock types. Baby alarm. Alarm for traveling. And radio alarm. Differentiation based on equipment features. Digital readout. Projection of the display. Radio module. 24-hour alarm time scale. Snooze button. And light alarm. Alarm clock with special wake-up functions. Alarm clock for deaf and hard-of-hearing people. Sleep phase alarm clock. And movable versions. I hope this brief information about clocks was very useful. Let's gonna make an alarm clock on Python. Thank you for watching. Please, give a like for support this channel. Write comments. Share with friends. And subscribe to see new series. Be safe.